Hello, everybody. We are playing another short horror game called It Paints Me. Once again, it's a free short game on HIO, so feel free to check it out for yourself if you want to. Let's get into it. Little trigger warning for those of you who are queasy about this kind of stuff. I really like the music right now. Wow. It's beautiful. S to take screenshots. Well, let's just leave everything as is. The recommended experience. Untie my neat row of paint, palette, and brushes in the same place in the drawer by the easel. The canvas upon it sits, as always, unfinished. Mary's half-painted face frozen in silent song. It's laid out, as it always is when I awaken here. Mary is nowhere to be found. She must still be at the theater. Even when the curtains fall and the stage lights dim, the night is forever young to its star sopranos. I would always wait outside her dressing room, roses in hand, scores of other bright-eyed admirers spilling through the halls, though she alone was mine, and I was hers. It's cold, bitterly cold tonight, but I still draw the curtains and open the windows wide. There's a stench in the room, deep and damp, and sickly sweet, that I can never seem to be rid of. Besides that, the fumes from the linseed oil make my head spin. Like every night, I measure out my paint, arranging the small dabs of color on my palette from lightest to darkest. Titanium white and cadmium yellow to corpse brown and lamp black. I wet my brush with oil and gently start mixing the pigments. Any, what is it called? Acrylic or oil painting artists, whatever it's called. Let me know down below in the comments if those are real shades of color, because I have no idea. Corpse brown doesn't sound like a real one. And lamp black. Feels just a little bit like magic, watching them swirl and mix, forming new colors from old. I paint her hair. Let a dark, deep red on my palette as I envision her hair in my mind's eye. Mary rarely ever bound her locks in fashionable plaits or ringlets, not even on our wedding day while they're married. Remember how her glossy black waves almost shimmered beneath her veil. The color on my palette is as dull as mud. I sigh and blend it into the background instead. Apply the paint with a generous dab of oil, but it seems I didn't have to. The canvas is still wet from last night, and the night before. Wet from what? I'm assuming maybe the artist keeps painting the background instead of her. It's painted and repainted the same background countless times. Just can't get the paint as perfect as the color of her hair, I guess. To say it's difficult to paint by lamplight. My muse nowhere in sight is an understatement, of course. But lately, these nightly hours are the only time I find myself able to lift my brush. I stop every few strokes.
Spirits at odds.
I joked that the pain had forced me away from the tailor's shop. I could finally return to my paintings, at the very least. I was never any good at humor, Mary had sensed my worries, consoled me sweetly, in her voice that could still charm stone to life. She's like a reverse Medusa.
Oh, Sam, don't worry. I have roles lined up for months. Go ahead and paint. We can still live comfortably.
It hurt. A small part of it did. Beyond the physical, beyond the ailments, to seek her permission. To be unable to care for my darling the way I had when we were young, brimming with talent, but crushingly unknown. Well, she had been. I was, and still am, nothing. But perhaps, finally, it would now be my turn to bring my vision to the world. If only it didn't hurt so damned much. Time passes and I still don't manage more than a few strokes. Small patch of dark over an already wet canvas. Or perhaps time hasn't passed at all. The broken clock on the wall would suggest as much. Perhaps the seconds have lain still. The world outside unchanged, and I, the only thing that moves. Have I moved? Is repeating the same brushstrokes like a clockwork doll movement? I shiver and sigh. Perhaps sleep would be a better endeavor. Perhaps the next night will meet more success. I stand, setting aside my paints and palette, and slowly move to shut the windows. I stop. There, out in the front garden, barely lit by a street lamp, stands a figure that can only be Mary. She bids goodbye to another figure, tall and broad-shouldered, and then she laughs. A beautiful laugh, a heartfelt laugh, and embraces him before he makes his reluctant exit on a carriage stopped by the gate. I actually really like this visual novel so far. It's very okay. I like that it's not just a yandere love interest, because that's what most of these are. It's just yandere slop. I'm not really a huge fan of that. But I was saying, for a moment, I don't know what to think. A friend, a co-star, perhaps that amiable tenor she mentioned every now and then. I didn't see his face, but Mary's social circle had always eclipsed my own. Is it Mary or Marie? I feel like Marie sounds a bit more like a star, but Mary's how it's usually pronounced. It must be, but why would he come to our home? Why would she laugh that way? In the garden, in the midst of walking to the front door, humming to herself, Marie suddenly looks up. For a moment her eyes go wide, and she blinks as if shaking herself from a daze. I instinctively step back from the window. Perhaps it's guilt that makes me do so. Marie is finally home, and oh, I've missed her so. How could the first thing I think upon seeing my darling be the worst thoughts my mind could conjure? For the first time in many, many nights, I feel just well enough to leave the studio. I'll prepare Marie a pot of her favorite chamois tea. I'll listen if she tells me of the nights, the theater, the thousand small anecdotes she never runs out of, and maybe, just maybe, ask her again to sit for a portrait from me, like she used to. Man, did she fall in love? Is that what the story's about? Perhaps I was shut in the studio too long. Still, how could I so quickly become a stranger to my own home? My memories are fuzzy. The years blur together like a wash of oil colors. My mother and I, carrying our sparse luggage, stepping inside for the first time. My stepfather laughing, his elbows on the breakfast table, chattering over something he'd read on the paper. Then silent hallways and empty rooms. And then myself welcoming my new bride to these solitary halls, hanging our newly taken portraits above the mantel. The walls are barren now. I feel the walls in the dark, leaving sticky trails of paint left behind, tracing the places where it used to hang. I feel like this is supposed to be, it's gonna affect the ending, like, do I value more, like, the real us, like me and Marie, or do I value more just the idea of her? And I feel like if I was a good person, I would pick photographs, but I kind of really want to see what the paintings look like. I think we're gonna go with the paintings. The paintings I'd framed. Seaside landscape I'd painted on her honeymoon. The watercolor sketch of Marie that couldn't hope to capture the sheen of her hair. The still life of candles and flowers that had wilted because I took so long to finish. Even the painting of roses in a vase, the first gift I had ever given to her.
I wanted to bring you some flowers, but I was afraid they would wilt before I saw you next.
You painted them. Oh, they're beautiful, Sam.
Naked walls stare blankly at me. Confused, but with nowhere else to go, I continue through the house. As I walk, I pass the furniture my stepfather left me. The shelves and tables that always seemed so large and grand as a boy, now missing or mantled in thick white linen. They remind me of corpses on a hospital table, lying dead still, covered in sheets. Try to call out, but phlegm blocks my throat. I cough, long and drawn and wet, and then once more attempt to voice her name. Marie! It slicks off my tongue like a serpent uncoiling. I'd always loved her name, so tender and sweet. Free of harsh syllables, Marie. It was a name like an impressionist floor, painted in soft strokes with a fine oil brush. It was the greatest joy in the world to join my name to hers. Silence fills the halls, a long, drawn-out silence, a held breath. Finally, my darling answers.
Sam. Is this a dream?
I cough again. Another long, wet trail, dripping from my lips.
Is it a good dream, darling?
I don't know. It feels like a nightmare.
What a beautiful Victorian era woman.
An awful, wretched nightmare.
I limp towards the sound of her voice, so musical, so lovely, even at the brink of tears. Don't cry, darling, I want to say, but thick, syrupy liquids filled my throat. No matter what troubles you, I am here. She stands on the edge of the staircase, shaking, a candlestick in hand. The steps are sticky and wet. I inch carefully, practically at a crawl, not to slip. My darling loves the candle as I approach. In the dark of the house, its flickering flame almost blinds me. I don't see the expression on her face as she screams.
Marie? Where are you, my darling?
Every word feels like a dagger puncturing my throat. I limp down each hall, leaving a trail of steps that feel damp and heavy, slick and wet. I try the door to our bedroom, but no, Marie's room. I had started sleeping in the spare one, when my coughing fits would wake her in the night. It was cold, so cold. Alone. But my darling needed her rest. The knob is slick and hard to twist, my hand slipping on the brass. Finally, I managed to push the door open. I think the story here is maybe, they were lovers, and then, Sam fell sick, and then Marie, found someone else. It feels completely dark when I peer inside. I know it is empty. No warmth, no flesh, no sound of sweet breath with it. Continued down the hall. I trudged, my steps heavy and wet, trying not to slip over the thick, slick surface.
Marie! What's wrong, darling?
Please come out. I don't understand. The dining room is empty, truly empty. The shelves were china and silverware were once neatly stacked, now gape, hollow. The walnut table was covered in a thick white sheet, the matching set of chairs removed. I rest against the blanketed table. My hands leave a ruddy smear against the sheets. It must be more paint, though it's hard to make it out in the dark. I'd needed spectacles for quite some time, but Marie had never liked the bookish type. Compromising your health for Marie, huh? I continue on through the familiar yet unfamiliar house. My steps strained and slow. My breaths short, sticky, wet.
Marie! Where are you? Oh, Marie! It hurts! Won't you come to me?
Oh, interesting. I hear the front door slam shut. It must be freezing cold out. Why has she gone into the garden? I tread to the sound with new urgency, uncaring of the sticky, wet floors, forgetting for just a moment the pain that snaps and burns through my flesh. I feel like, yeah, I'm definitely sick. And I'm assuming that I'm living inside my own painting. I reach for the oily, damp knob.
Don't! Sam! Please!
Her voice rings from behind the door.
I don't understand, darling. Have I done something to upset you?
Her sobs echo loudly. I never thought an ugly sound could come from my darling's lips. But her words,
I love you, Sam. I always will. But I can't bear to see you like this.
I wonder what Sam looks like. Because I'm kind of imagining a very, like, skinny, frail man.
Please, I beg of you, return to where you came.
Return to where you came.
You can't be here. I've moved on now.
She moved on.
What?
My reaction exactly. What?
Return where? Dearest, you aren't making any sense.
Maybe I am. Maybe my theory was right. Maybe I'm living in the painting. Maybe this is the painting world, which is why everything's so sticky and wet. And she's saying return back to the real world and stop living in your own little, like, hallucination.
Moved on? I'm your husband, Marie. What on earth is there to move on from?
Please remember, Sam. You were ill. You were ill for a long, long time. And you never recovered.
I know I'm unwell, Marie. But you said we would still...
Said we would still.
Are you leaving me? Because I can't care for you anymore? Is that it?
You left me!
What? Am I dead? Does this mean that I'm dead?
You're dead, Sam!
Oh, I am dead.
You've been dead for more than a year.
If this is a joke, darling, it's a cruel one. Do you want me dead? Is that it? Am I better off dead to you?
My darling does nothing but sob behind the door. How quickly I regret my words. If only I could see her face, look into her eyes, reassure her, and see that she loves me still. I twist a knob with slick, oily hands.
No! Don't come out! Please!
On the other end, with a sharp gasp, my darling grasps the knob closed, pushing the weight of her small frame against the weathered door.
Don't come out!
Oh. Well, if she doesn't want me to come out, there's obviously a really good reason, right? But what could that reason be? Why don't we save really quick. And then force the door open.
No! Not until you tell me what's going on.
Oh, the music changed.
Are you leaving me, darling? After everything? I need you. I need you!
Oh. My darling utters a sharp cry as the hinges grind against the frame, loosening her grip as she stumbles back onto the cobblestone path. I instantly forget the sharp words as I limp towards her side.
Marie, are you alright? I'm so sorry.
Stop it! I'll keep you alive. Every time I sing, I'll sing for you. I'll keep you in my song, in my art.
Oh, but it hurts. Her shrill voice grates against the ooze spilling forth from my ears.
It hurts! It hurts!
My head rings. My chest is a hollow cavity, slippery and wet, flowing with hot sacred fluid. Cough and spew more syrupy warm liquid from my lips.
Your art, it was always about you. Your fame, your voice, your needs, your wants, your desires.
I feel like Sam is the selfish one in this route.
You were a work of art, of course, but did you ever think about me? Did you ever think about poor Sam dying alone in a cold, white room? Poor Sam, who couldn't even hold a brush in his hands at the end. Poor Sam, left to rot into nothing.
I feel like this visual novel does partial voice acting, does it a lot better than other visual novels. Because it's not just like a random line, and it doesn't just like stop in the middle of the dialogue either.
A year was all it took for you to forget me.
I am shaking her, leaving smears of dark muddy paint over her pale shoulders. This moment she breaks from me, running blindly into the street. Carriage doesn't stop for her. Of course it doesn't. My dearest is a wisp of dark curls, a black gown billowing in the night like a shade. She should be light as breath, soft as mist. But she gets ran over by the wagon, or the carriage, or whatever. Oh, there's crushing sound effects, okay. But the song that comes is a scream of her breaking bones, her ripping flesh, the breath that leaves her lungs.
Ha! But every sound my darling makes is beautiful.
Sam, you're like evil. Okay, yeah. Oh well, she's dead. I scoop her massive flesh and deep crimson hair in my arms. Is her hair only deep crimson now because of the blood? Blood pools around me, syrupy and dark. Color so deep no artist's pigment could hope to capture. The purest scarlet or vermilion red, a dull stain in comparison. I actually like vermilion red a lot. It's one of my favorite colors. Vermilion red and like a nice shade of flamingo pink. I really like those two. It is not Sam that I see staring back in the deep pool of our blood. What? What is it? It is not Sam that I see staring back. Oh, shoot. Who's in the reflection then? Am I a monster? Am I evil? Is that what it is? My darling is a lovely creature, even broken. I gently carry her up the steps, one slick, damp, crooked step at a time, setting her massive jetted bones of viscera and flesh on the velvet seat in my studio. The fabric soaks it deep, so very deep. It's dark, as it is every night. I leave the lamps unlit, the windows shut tight. How strange that the stench of linseed oil never bothered me, ever bothered me. After all, I no longer breathe. My darling sits still, ever so still, not a breath escaping her flesh. What a lovely model. Oh, what a wonderful
All the
thing.
more beautiful now that it surely hurts to sing. Oh, it is agony to hold a brush. It always does. But I can bear it.
Icon of agony. So I'm the icon of agony now.
After all, who can truly create without pain?
It's not a bad message, actually. I feel like a lot of artists make art because, they feel hurt. Oh, and that's really cool, actually. I really like the art in this. I'll take a screenshot, as a matter of fact. Ending 1. Muse. And there's so many more endings. Let's go back and see the other choice. Let her go. Let go of the door. My hand slicks off the oily surface.
Forgive me, Marie. I can see that you don't want to speak to me right now. But whenever you do, whatever this is about, I'll be waiting in the studio.
Does this change anything? I hope it does. I leave the door. I leave my darling alone, sobbing in the garden. It's dark, so very dark, but dawn will soon paint that dim black sky. Here's my slick, wet footsteps through the hall, up the staircase. One trudging, damp step at a time.
Spirits, it hurts.
It burns. Feel no breath in my lungs. My chest could be a hollow cavity, slippery and wet. Spilling its hot, sickly
It
fluid.
hurts. Oh, it hurts.
I stagger into a tall, sheet-covered object, the linen sliding off with the grasp of my clumsy, slick fingers. It's Marie's floor-length mirror. What do I see inside?
No. Oh, no. No, 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 no!
Am I dead? I'm dead. Is that me? I think that's me. But that also looked like Marie from earlier. So... this is another ending. I'm in the studio, a dark, dim studio, as empty as it is every night. Curtains are shut, the lamps are unlit. My palette is a mess of murky colors. Rust reds, corpse browns, a musky, sickly, sweetly rotting stench fills the room. I don't know why the smell of linseed oil ever bothered me. After all, I no longer breathe. The handle of the door turns behind me. Slowly, it creaks open, and a figure steps inside. It's me. He limps more than he steps in crooked motions against the floor, dragging his body along like a wet, wide brush as swathes of red pull at his feet. I watch him pull himself before the canvas.
Samuel.
A kind of affliction. Speaks my mother's voice, a tone that could swell with warmth or derision, command or dependency, pride or disappointment, in a moment's notice.
Please, give up your suffering. Give up this. Come back to the earth with me.
My hands are too slick to hold my brush. I stab it into my flesh and fix it between my bones, then dip the bristle into his blood.
Sammy.
Fixing my stepfather's voice, but without laughter or joy. In the same cadence I imagined him taking his last breath. Crimson staining his uniform, the dog tags coiled around his neck. A fun fact, I'm pretty sure dog tags are only worn in boot camp in the modern day military. So once you're out of basic training, they don't do them anymore.
Don't suffer anymore, Sam. You're
Forget your pain, return to the void with us. My brush is dry. I plunge it into his chest, wet it with his oily breath.
Sam?
He speaks with my voice, hoarse and raspy and tired. Oh, so very, very tired.
This won't make you worthy of love. Not the world's, not Marie's, not your friends or peers or critics. Come back to our grave. End our suffering. You know I don't do this for love.
I clean my brush with the paint thinner, knocking over the jar as it spills across the drawer and onto the wet, soaking floor. I dry the bristles on my worn, rotting shirt, then soak it in the thick, white mucus of his tears. My words are only partially true, just as his words are not fully wrong. Neither my rotting corpse, nor the memory of what once was Sam, will gain a thing from this toil. I paint the hours away, or perhaps take no time at all. The clock on the wall never turns its hands, suggesting the world lies still. The second never pass, and I'm the only thing that moves within it. It hurts, oh, it hurts. Heavy, syrupy tears flood my vision, fill my throat, my chest, choking me. Every movement of my hands leaves cracks in what's left of my brittle bones. He stares at me, all the while, silent, still, like a mirror. If I loved him, I would stop. I would crawl to my grave like he wishes. But I love this more than I love myself. I've birthed him from within me. As I create, so too am I born.
And he and I are beautiful.
That is a nice painting, actually. Alright, well, that's ending 2. So, yeah, that'll be it for this playthrough. There's 2 more endings. If you guys want to see the other 2 endings, please leave a comment down below and I will post a video.